Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
So we are from Team 2 and today we are not here to debate against each other, but to explore different perspectives together. Instead of focusing on who is right or wrong, we want to understand how different viewpoints can exist in one discussion. Before that, we will introduce ourselves first. My name is Aisyah. Usually people call me as Aisyah, and I'm taking the neutral perspective where I will bring together both sides at the end and highlight the key ideas from our discussion. And next is. Hello everyone, my name is Zhafira, or you can just call me Aisyah, and I'm representing the pro side of this discussion.
And hello everyone, my name is Zhafira and I'm representing the contra side.
Okay, so today we will be discussing a question that is very relevant to our daily life, especially as students who are constantly surrounded by technology. Are humans becoming less empathic because of technology? Technology has made communication better and easier than ever before. We can send messages instantly, share our thoughts online, and stay connected with people from different parts of the world. However, at the same time, some people feel that real emotional connection is really slowly fading. Through our deep discussion, we didn't just focus on one answer. We explored different perspectives, consider real-life examples, and try to understand what the positive and negative impacts of technology on human empathy. By looking at this topic from the pro, contra, and neutral sides, we hope to give a more complete understanding of the issue rather than a one-sided conclusion. So, next to pro side. So here I am as pro side. So I strongly believe and agree with this topic because first, empathy grows through real human interaction, face-to-face interaction, facial expression, tone, and direct conversation. Anyway, in this digital era, text emojis are replacing that our human interaction. And the second, technology creates emotional distance. When people interact online, they don't immediately see the impact of their work. So that's why we can see a lot of digital bullying or cyberbullying in the social media, especially in TikTok, Instagram, or even X or Twitter. And then the next one, or we can say the third one, is constant exposure to digital content leads to desensitization. People scroll past news of suffering, tragedy, and news. So, over time, this serious issue began to feel normal and empathy fades. So, everything in the social media is just becoming content. So, that's fine. That's why. And then the fourth one is technology often shift focus toward ourselves. Social media encourages people to seek validation, likes, views, and attention, of course. Rather than understanding others' feeling, this self-centered mindset weakens our ability to care deeply about others. So, in conclusion, technology reduces real human interaction, creates emotional distance, and desensitizes people. Therefore, it is clear that humans are becoming less empathetic because of the new era of technology. And maybe that's all from me as the pro side. So I will move to the contra side. Thank you so much.
So I'm here as the contra side, and I'm certainly disagree with the idea that technology is making humans less empathetic. So the first, face-to-face interaction is important, but technology does not replace it, but it expanded. People can still communicate through video calls, voice notes, and long messages that express emotion clearly. And in many cases, technology allows people to stay connected even when they are far apart, which can strengthen their empathy rather than reduce it. And the second, instead of creating emotional distance, technology can actually increase awareness of others' feelings. And people are now exposed to real stories from different cultures, struggles, and backgrounds. And this exposure helps individuals to understand perspectives they might never encounter in real life. And and the third, well, is it true that people see a lot of content online? This does not always lead to desensitization. In fact, many global movements and acts of kindness start online. People donate, people support, and spread awareness quickly because of technology, showing that empathy is still very present. Last, although social media can encourage self-focus, it also encourage connection and support. Many people use it to check on friends, share positive messages, and building communities. And this shows that technology can foster care and understanding, not just self-centered behavior. So, in conclusion, technology does not reduce empathy. Instead, it changes how empathy is expressed and can even expand people's understanding of others in a connected world. Thank you.
So I appreciate the point of the opposite side, but firmly we're disagree. First, while technology may expand communication, it does not mean it replaces the quality of face-to-face interaction. Video calls, messages are still limited. They can fully capture our body language, like this, and subtle emotions are genuinely present. Being connected is not the same as deeply understanding someone. In fact, the more we rely on digital communication, the more we lose practice on the real human interaction. And the second one is the claim that technology increases awareness. Does not necessarily mean it increases empathy. So, people may, yes, people see more stories online, but most of the time, they simply scroll past them, and exposure without deep engagement leads to what we call empathic fatigue, where people become overwhelmed and eventually stop caring. Awareness is awareness alone is not an end. And the third one is while online movement exists, many of them are temporary and superficial. People may share posts or hashtags, but they often do not take a real action. This is known as performative empathy, showing concern online without genuine emotional involvement or long-term commitment. And the fourth one is although social media can create communities, it's often prioritizes validation over connection. People focus on likes and appearance, not meaningful relationships. This weakens authentic emotional bonds and shift attention away from truly understanding others. So, in conclusion, technology may appear to connect us, but it often weakens the depth of our empathy. It replaces real human interaction with shallow communication, creates emotional fatigue, and encourages surface level care. And therefore, we stand firm. Technology is making human less empathic. Thank you.
The others have the opposite side of romance, but sorry, we still disagree. First, it is true that digital communication has limitations, but it doesn't mean that empathy is hopeless. Humans naturally adapt. People today are learning new ways to express emotion through voice notes, long texts, and even video calls. And in many cases, individuals feel more comfortable opening up online, which can actually lead to deeper emotional understanding, not less. Second, the idea of empathy fatigue does not prove that empathy is decreasing, but it shows that people care too much and become overwhelmed. If technology truly reduces empathy, people would not feel emotionally exhausted in the first place. This means that empathy still exists strongly, but the scale of information is what challenges it. Third, labeling online as performative ignores real impact. Even simple action like sharing posts or sharing posts can spread awareness, inspire donations, or encourage real world change. And many global movements start from small online actions, and it grow into meaningful results. So digital empathy can lead to real empathy. Lastly, while some people seek validation, this is not caused by technology alone, but the same behavior exists before social media. And at the same time, many users build friendships, support systems, and communities online. And this proves that technology is not weaken connection, but it provides more opportunities for it. And in conclusion, technology does not weaken empathy, but it transforms how the empathy is expressed. Instead of disappearing, empathy is evolving and, in many cases, it reaches more people than ever before. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the pro and contra sides for their thoughtful arguments. After listening to what perspective, you can see that this issue is not as simple as technology either destroying or improving empathy. Instead, it shows that technology is changing the way empathy works in our lives. From the first side, we learned that technology can reduce the depth of human connection, the lack of face-to-face interaction, emotional distance, and content exposure to content may weaken how deeply we feel and respond to others. This point reminds us that empathy requires more than just connection. It requires presence and genuine understanding. On the other hand, the contrast slide shows us that technology also creates opportunities. It allows people to stay connected across distance, increases awareness of global issues, and help build communities of support. In this view, empathy is not disappearing, but expanding in new forms. So, rather than asking whether empathy is simply decreasing, a more conclusive is this. Empathy is evolving technology can but can strengthen empathy, depending on how we use it. If we rely too much on shallow interaction, empathy may fade. But if we use technology with intention, to listen, to understand, and to connect meaningfully, empathy can still grow. So, in conclusion, technology is not a problem or the solution. The key lies in us as a user and how we choose to interact with others in a digital world. Thank you. So, thank you so much for all your nice and kind attention. We apologize for our mistakes. So, before we end, we would like to leave you with one thought. Technology may change the way we communicate, but it should never change our ability to care.
So the real question is whether empathy is disappearing, but whether we are choosing to use technology with empathy.
So thank you so much for all of your nice and kind attention. We apologize for our mistakes in this deep discussion. And maybe that's all from us. Thank you so much for your nice and kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.